Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first exhibition match of the day. We have the under-13 boys Futsal WA state team against the Supa-Liga All-Stars. The Futsal WA state team will be in the yellow kits kicking us off today, and the Supa-Liga All-Stars in the white kits. I'll just go through the team lists for you today. So, coaching the state team, we have Mac Miakotta and Rama Elliott. Both of these players play in the senior competition. Mac with the Northern Hawks and Rama with the Pumas. As we get underway now, we'll go through the team lists for the state team. So number 4 we have Reeve Wild. Number 9 we have Iago Juanario. Starting in goals, we have number 1, Tristan Rush. Number 10, we have Castel Brandy. Good skill there by Iago. Unlucky not to find his teammate. And also, number 8, we have Zach Prentz. And starting on the bench for them, we have number 11, Caleb Williams. Number 7, Jaden Oy. And Eden Pyle as well. And for the Superliga All-Stars team, we have starting on court number 2, Davi Pereira. Number 3, Pedro Pereira. Number 7, who's just taken a knock there, Jackson Booth, seems to be okay. Number 47, Lucas Baxter. Starting in goals, number 20, Jacob Holstead. And starting on the bench for the All-Stars, we have number 6, Liam Strauss. Number 9, Stefan Pachowski. Number 27, Frank Jr. Chibidi. And number 46, Abdullah Kiati. Apologies, I've just realized I haven't started the timer as well, so I'll get that one done. And we see there, good finish by Pereira into the bottom left corner of the goals. So there's a nice little counter attack for the All-Stars team. Or the Futsal WA team rather. It wasn't Pereira, it was Iago. Into the number 10, Castel Branley, who finished it well into the bottom left corner. And that makes it 1-0 to Futsal WA. Fast start here by the Futsal WA state team. Reeve Wild there with a nice ball into Iago and just shoots wide of the goal. Holstead just electing to go along there. Pereira with the crumbs and a good intercept by Wild. Good shot there by Jackson Booth and a lovely save as well from Rush in goals for the state team. Booth again on the ball. And a good tackle by Wild to get that one clear. That'll be All-Stars ball. Pereira back into Baxter. And Pereira again, good challenge by Wild, and he's released Brandley there, who's won a corner, I believe. Yep. Good shot by Wild and intercepted just on the line by Pereira. Winning the side ball there. So Juan Radio on the ball now on the right flank, playing it into Brandley, and a good shot, good save again by Halstead to get that around for a corner, I believe. It's a bit of confusion here for the state team, but there we go. The corner now will be played. Lovely little dummy there, and Wild latching onto that, and on the crumbs we have the number 6, Eden Pyle, with a lovely finish there. And Futsal WA now up 2-0 with 15 minutes to play in this first half. Good ball into Booth. And on the follow-up we have, there we go, Booth on the follow-up at the back post, tapping it in. After Frank Jr. laid it off to him with the crumbs. So the Supa-Liga All-Stars pulling one back, 2-1 now. Caleb Williams there just losing out. Reeve Wild picking it up and playing him on the left flank. Lovely play by the two players. Reeve Wild trying to put a cross in, and on the counter-attack with the shot there, Abdullah Kiati. Unlucky not to score with the volley. So Frank Jr. now on the ball. Good ball into Pachowski. Got tackled. Strong challenge. And Branley on the counter-attack, laying it off to his teammate, Caleb Williams, who gets the third goal for the All-Stars team. The state team, rather. So it's 3-1 now. See here, a strong challenge. Branley following it up and passing it into Caleb Williams, who finished it well. So the All-Stars team now up 3-1. And that left foot ball just falls into Holstead's hands, who elects to go long. No one running onto that one though. Good touch there by Branley, and a good challenge by Baxter as well. There'll be a All-Stars kicking. Kiati now on the ball, just being pressed a little bit. Lovely little flick into Baxter. Well played by the two, Baxter and Kiati. And Baxter trying to play it into Pachowski with a miscontrol there, unfortunate. Good ball out from the keeper there, Tristan Roche. Eden Pyle just a little bit unlucky, couldn't get it under control. And Baxter under pressure now. Does well to find Kiati, just loses it out. And that ball is rolling, so it'll be a turnover for the All-Stars. Kiati with a nice switch into Frank Jr. Back to Kiati. Lovely little drop of the shoulder and plays Baxter. Baxter trying to find Kiati again. Intercepted well by Pyle. Williams now on the ball. Into Pyle with a nice little nutmeg on Kiati and drives through the middle. Good challenge by Baxter to stop him from taking the shot on. Castell Branley now just getting fouled a bit too physical by Pachowski and Frank Jr. on the double up, so it'll be a free kick for the All-Stars team. Eden Pyle on the ball, lays it into Branley, good little turn and good skill to beat his player, gets the shot away and beats Holstead at his near post. Lovely play by Branley for the All-Stars team, and they're now 4-1. Straight from the free kick within their own half, and a good turn by Branley. You can see there, taking his player on and finishing through the legs of Holstead. So the All-Stars team now up 4-1. Rather, the Futsal WA team up 4-1. Apologies. So 10 minutes to play now, and the All-Stars have a bit to do. A lovely shot from halfway by Jackson Booth. Also headering that one out to get it out for a corner. And the All-Stars here have a bit to do from that corner. Good defending there by Frank Jr. A bit better. And a nice little nutmeg on Eden Pyle. Tries to run down the line but just runs out of court. Good challenge by Williams and a smart save by Halstead in goals. Frank Jr. now trying to take on Branley. Pereira on the follow-up, tries to win it back, and that ball just gets saved on the line by Halstead, who's on his toes. Pereira now is through on goals. He's got Pachovsky to his left, elects to shoot. A little bit unlucky there. Williams now on the right flank, and lovely defending there by Jackson Booth on the 2-on-1. Cut the pass off well. So Williams will take the kick in for the All-Stars into Branley. Tries to flick it over the top of Booth. Reads that well though. And just a little bit of a loose pass from Frank Jr. Couple of subs as Davi Pereira and Lucas Baxter come back onto the court. Apologies if I've got the names wrong or if I'm a bit too slow with the names. I'm still trying to familiarize myself as Pereira breaks through now. Lays it into Davi Pereira. Just runs out of court again. It'll be an All-Stars state team ball. Baxter with an intercept and gets the shot away. Blocked well. Branley with a lovely ball over the top for Juanerio. So Branley now for the state team with a good ball into Wild, lays it off. Good plays here by the state team. They've worked it around well, and the shot comes in from Giannario. Just blocked on the line by Booth. Baxter now with the breakaway. Good ball into Booth. Gets it wide to Pereira and gets the toe poke away, just wide of goal. It's much better from the All-Stars team here. Good intercept there by Booth again, and Baxter will try and follow it up. Nice and calm there was Zach Prance. Januario intercepted by Booth. And he'll win the free kick here. Booth, Reeve Wild just elected to have pulled him back on the halfway line. This will be a free kick for the All-Stars team. We have Pedro Pereira on the ball. Baxter, good intercept there by Wild. And Booth tracking back, trying to tackle Januario. Good challenge back from Pereira as well. And good skill to reset the play for the All-Stars team. Lovely skill by Baxter to take him on down the right flank, and Wild as well. And wins a kick in deep in their attacking third. Pereira back to Baxter. Tries to go over the top of the keeper. He's behind it well with a smart save. And the throw into Chadley just a little bit, Branley rather, just a little bit too strong. Pereira now down the line to Pedro Pereira, a bit too strong, miscontrol. Prance back into Branley, given a bit of space to shoot, and Halstead behind that. I was going in the top corner, so it was a good save by Halstead. The corner here for the state team. Another nice dummy and Wild on the shot, just high and wide of the goal. Prance stepping off for Pyle for the state team. Good touch by Pedro there. And Baxter under pressure. Halstead will clean that one up for the All-Stars. Baxter now on the ball. He's looking for options. Tries to get it into Pereira, but a good intercept by Chandley. Brandley rather. And a layoff into Pyle. Saved by Horsted. No, it just creeps into the goals. That's 5-1 now for the All-Stars team. The shot too strong for Halstead to control. So Futsal WA All-Stars now up 5-1. Pereira with a lovely skill and just a little bit unlucky to run out of court there. So Pyle into Wild, back to Pyle. Januario tackled well by Pereira. Good movement by Wild again, showing the little 1-2 with Williams. And that ball just lofted out. So be a All-Stars kick in here. Baxter on the ball now. Trying to go long for Pereira. An easy intercept from Pyle in the end. Gets the shot away and blocked well by Baxter. To be an All-Stars state team kick in. Nice little lofted ball over the top for Wild. Couldn't control it though. Baxter now. Again intercepted by Pyle. There needs to be a little bit of movement from the All-Stars team. They're just lacking the options at the moment. Chiati. Nice ball into Pechovsky, who's just taken a knock, and a free kick won by Pechovsky. All's well though, play goes on. Pereira into Pechovsky. Given space to come inside and take his player on, and just unlucky there. A bit too heavy with the touch. The ball runs on through for Tristan Roosh and goals. So just about 3 minutes to play in this first half. All-Stars need to do a little bit more to get some shots on goal. And Chiati there with a shot. Saved well by Roosh. It'll be a corner ball. Or a goal kick rather. There was no save there. No touch from the keeper. And Pyle on the breakaway. Defended well by Baxter there. To just shuffle him out of play. So Baxter now into Chiati. Much better here from the All-Stars, and just as I say that, Chiati with the strong pass. Too strong for Pechovsky. Williams into Pyle, back to that ball, just intercepted by Pechovsky, and the strong shot beating Russian goals. Brilliant interception there from Pechovsky. You can see here from the replay, the pass just was not strong enough. By Zach Prance, and it was intercepted by Pechovsky, who got a strong shot in for the All-Stars' second goal. Just as I say that, a nice save by Halstead with his feet. So the scoreline now reads 5-2 in the state team's favour. Minute 30 left to play. Good header out by Chiati. Frank Jr. can start the breakaway here, and a good tackle. Play goes on. And another good challenge there from Brandley, but Baxter on the follow-up with a strong shot. Zach Prance behind that one to deflect it out. Another strong shot by Baxter. Just deflects off his teammate Frank Jr. So it'll go out for a kick-in. For a keeper's ball, rather. And Prance now with a bit of time to assess his options. Intercepted again by Pechovsky. Gets another shot away just wide of goal. So Williams into Pyle, tries to flick around the corner, and Pechovsky again reading the play well for a third time. Seems to be intercepting a lot in the middle of the court there. Wins himself a kick in. Lays it into Chiati and gets a shot over the goals. So Rush in the goals with plenty of options there. Good setup here from the state team. Prance back into Williams. Tries to roll it down the line for Pyle, but just a bit too strong, and that'll just about see us out for the first half, I believe. Might just be the last play here. Pachowski with a loose touch. And Roche trying to go over the top again. Miss control from Branley there will mean it's keeper's ball. Holstead will start the play for us. And there we go. That'll be the halftime whistle. The Futsal WA state team currently in the lead, 5-2 against the Supa-Liga All-Stars.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Okay, so we're back for the second half. The All-Stars team will get us underway. The state team had gone off to a flying start in the first half, leading 5-2 now. Frank Jr. on the ball. Lovely little drop of the shoulder and a nutmeg on Wild. Gets the shot away and a good save. Rush, but Pachowski on the follow-up. Pulling another goal back for the All-Stars team, and straight away a fast start from the All-Stars. Lovely skill here from Frank Jr. The drop of his shoulder and the nutmeg on Wild, and a strong shot against Rush in goals. The follow-up tapped in by Pachowski. So the score now reads 5-3. All-Stars team pulling one back early on in the second half. Baxter with a shot, blocked well. And Wild won't be able to keep that one in place, so it'll be an All-Stars kick-in. So nice close game here in this exhibition match, and that ball wasn't quite on the line, so it'll be a turnover. Reeve Wild will take it for the state team. And cut off by Frank Jr. and lovely skill to find Pachovsky. Good touch around wild and a good save by Rush there. Be a corner ball for the All-Stars team. Bit of a loose setup here from the state team, and Rush in goals will gather that one in. Brandley now running down the right flank under pressure by Frank Jr. and a good tackle, so it'll be a corner ball. Brandley trying to find the run of Wild. Intercepted well by Booth, and that ball will go out for a kick-in. Januario will take it. Bit of confusion, but it will be an All-Stars kick-in rather. So Baxter into Booth. Lovely skill by Booth, and that pass cut out by Wild. Finds Januario, and Brandley now on the right flank gets the shot away wide of goal. So Frank Jr. here will take the kick in. Intercepted, it'll be another kick in with Baxter. Baxter with a lovely cross into Booth, who was in on goals, and the shot just a little bit wild there over the top. The state team rattled here early on in the second half. All Stars have done well to conjure up a couple of chances. Baxter again with the intercept, or just a loose touch there. Still manages to find Frank Jr. No. Paul just ran out of play. So the All-Stars just need to convert some goals in to catch up to the state team. Good skill there by Wild. Out-muscled by Booth though, and Booth trying to go for the nutmeg, and an important challenge there by Baxter to make sure Booth didn't go, Brandley rather, didn't go in on goals. So Booth now will take the kick in to Baxter. Gets the shot away and finds the bottom corner again. And just about 4 minutes gone in this second half. And the All-Stars team have pulled it back from the kick-in. A little set play. I believe it was Booth into Baxter, who had space to shoot, and a strong shot on the near post. Rush beaten in the state team's goal. So now it's 5-4. 15 minutes to play in this match. It's a complete turnaround so far in this second half, but good strength there by Pyle. Williams will follow up, and that ball will just go out of play. So Baxter will take the kick in. Good little drop of the shoulder there by Frank Jr. Booth now lays it into Baxter. Booth again, great movement here from the Whites. Pereira back to Baxter, back to Pereira. And good play by the All-Stars team. Very unlucky not to get a shot on goal. It'll still be a kick in. And that ball had just rolled into the court, so it'll be a turnover again for the state team. Good skill there. Januario now on the left flank. Take on his player, and Holstead with a big left hand to make the save and turn it around for a corner. Williams to take it into Januario. Looking for options. Williams on the right flank now. Bit of space to shoot. Crosses it into Pyle and hits the post. Lovely play there by the state team. And I believe Booth has just come off for Liam Strauss in the All-Stars team. So Strauss did carry a bit of a knock, was sitting on the bench for the first half, but he's on the court now for the first time for the All-Stars team. And a good interception there to start for his first touch. Baxter into Strauss. Challenged well by Reeve, and good skill by Januario to hold onto the ball and take on his player. Tries to find Williams through the middle. Frank Jr. with an intercept into Pereira on the left flank now. Gets the toe poke away wide of goal. much better here from the All-Stars side to keep themselves in the match. So I believe it'll be an All-Stars kick in. Yep, so Pereira will take this one. Good movement by Strauss, just couldn't find him though. Baxter with a bit of space, finding Frank Jr. under pressure by Pyle, and a good press here from the state team, forcing the All-Stars all the way back. Baxter manages to get the ball, and the loose touch from Pereira intercepted by Wild, gets the toe poke away just wide of the goal. Baxter again now on the ball. Bit of space on the right flank, tries to look for the nutmeg. Defended well by Januario. And Strauss on the follow-up. There's no foul there. Play will go on. He just slipped over. Pereira's ball intercepted by Pyle. Januario again. Good skill to beat Strauss. Gets the shot away, intercepted by Baxter. Pyle will keep that one in. Wild now with the touch, and the pass a little bit loose. Recovered well though. And a good strong shot there from the state team to give them their 6th goal. Eden Pyle with another one. A nice strong shot from the right flank after it was laid off to him by Williams. And again, the shot too strong for Holstead in goals. So the state team get another goal back and increase their lead back to 2 goals, 6 goals to 4. The Strauss will take the kick in here for the All-Stars. Pereira with a bit of a loose touch. Pyle with a lovely drop of the shoulder to beat Pereira. Good tackle by Baxter with his back foot, and he's done on the counter-attack now. Trying to take on a couple of players and wins a free kick against Pyle. A bit of good sportsmanship there. Good mates, of course. They both do play in the junior leagues for the West Coast Cobras, so teammates against each other now in this match. So it looks like it'll be Baxter and Pereira on the free kick. Pereira with a little touch and Baxter with the shot into the wall. Good skill there by Baxter again. Tries to find Strauss on the right flank, cut out by Zach Prantz. And Pereira there just with a little bit of a loose pass. Will run through for a keeper's ball. Good intercept there by Strauss. Branley though in the recovery. Good skill to try and beat 2 players. Tried to win the free kick, doesn't get it. Tackles Pereira though to recover the ball, and Baxter tries to outstrength him for the ball out, but it'll be an All-Stars free kick. Branley a little bit too strong in the challenge there. So 10 minutes to play in this match. The All-Stars up 6 goals to 4. Just as Strauss comes off again, holding on to his calf there, I believe. He had a good little spell there, and Pachovsky winning a free kick against Pyle. Too strong in the challenge. So Pereira tries to get a little touch into Pachovsky. Challenged by Pyle again. Be an All-Stars kick in. Pedro Pereira boots it into his brother and Davi. Branley into Pyle. Good tackle by Chiati. And Pachovsky almost starting the counter-attack, but Caleb Williams with a good challenge. Pereira again trying to look for Pachovsky, but a loose pass there. Branley on the counter-attack, gets the shot away, hits both posts and goes into the back of the net. Branley with another lovely finish, and the All-Stars recover their 3-goal lead now. 7 goals to 4 in this match. Chiati now into Pereira. Good strong challenge from Williams. Branley back to Prance, but that ball intercepted, and Pachowski trying to beat Pyle, but Pyle winning out. He's given a bit of space to shoot, but Holstead with a good save off the post. Rushed it a little bit there with the pass, but Holstead again with another good save. Pereira trying to get it wide. And there on the follow-up, Branley will tap it in on the back post. Good pressure from the All-Star team, from the state team rather, to force that goal into the goal, ball into the goal. So all of a sudden, after just a couple of minutes, the state team have increased their lead up to 4 goals. The score reading 8 goals to 4. Branley now on the ball. And that'll be a yellow ball, so Branley will take the kick in. Wild is there for the layoff. Good strength from Branley. Januario on the ball. Lovely cross to Wild. And a good tackle there by Pereira. Chiati now can run away with the ball to start the counter-attack for the All-Stars. Good challenge by Branley. And there was a final touch there by Chiati. Good intercept by Pachowski. And he'll win the side ball there for the All-Stars now. Pereira trying to find his brother. Keeper comes out well though. Nice little flick down the line from Wild. Intercepted that one, Pereira. And Prance can reset the play into Rush. Just the pass back a little bit too strong though. So Pereira with the kick in. Tackled well by Wild. Wild cutting inside and finding Januario. Lovely little pass into Branley, but a good challenge and good defending by Chiati, not for the first time in this match. Januario and a great challenge by Pereira. Reeve Wild with a strong shot. Just tipped onto the crossbar by Holstead. And Branley with strength. Finding Januario, and that shot intercepted, and it'll be a corner ball. And that cross there by Branley. Just took a little touch, so it'll be a ball for the state team, I believe. Wild on the ball, trying to find Branley, but intercepted by Pachowski. Good challenge by Pachowski as well on Branley. Just loses out though. And that ball will run through to the keeper. Wild now. And I believe that'll be 2 touch. So 2 touch there from the keeper. So the ruling there is that once the keeper has the ball and he passes the ball out to a teammate, the ball then cannot go back to the goalkeeper. So it'll be an indirect free kick here for the All-Stars side. Little touch into Pachowski and a great save with his left leg. Roche there with a brilliant split save. Chiati laying it off into Frank Jr. Just with the loose touch though. And Pachowski again with a lovely challenge. Gets the shot away. And another good save by Roche, and goals being put to work here in the last couple of seconds. Frank Jr. to take the corner for the All-Stars. Lays it into Pachowski. Finds Booth. Tries to keep it in play, but a great challenge there by Januario. Starts the counter-attack for the state team. Branley now. Tries to Maradona spin Booth, but Booth's smart to it and forces that ball out for a corner. Januario back into Branley. Tries to flick it over Booth, and a high boot there from Frank Jr. I believe we just stop the play here to check Booth. It will be an indirect free kick for the state team. So he's just been asked to wait there for the referee to get him off the court. So Caleb Williams on the indirect free kick, tries to flick it over the top. Pyle back into Williams with the shot and off the post and out. So Holstead here for the All-Stars team with a lovely ball into Booth, and Booth with a nice little cross. Pachowski will keep it in play. Wild with a good challenge. Chiati now on the halfway, almost finding Booth at the back post, and another good challenge by Pachowski, who's defended well this game so far. Chiati with a nice intercept. Lays it into Booth, and Booth just unlucky not to find Pachowski at the back post. Chiati around the corner for Frank Jr. will keep it in play. He's got space on the right flank. Takes on Wild, and Wild with a nice tackle there. Rush gathering it into his chest. It's a lovely ball by Rush over the top. Wild will just not get there though. Likes the idea, Wild. Januario has good skill again on the left flank, taking on Frank Jr. Gets a shot and just spills off Baxter for a corner. So just 2 minutes to play in this match here. We do encourage you to stay with us after the final whistle is blown, because there will be a trophy presentation and hopefully an interview as well with a few of the kids or coaches. So do stick around after the final whistle. Pachowski on the ball now. Does well to find Frank Jr. Frank Jr. losing the ball a little bit, and Januario trying to go for the nutmeg. Frank Jr. recovering well. Lays it into Booth. Back to Pachowski, gets the shot away. Baxter on the follow-up. Just rolls out of play. So Wild will take the kick in for the state team. Well played there by the Yellows, and a good challenge by Pachowski. Williams a bit too strong though. Manages to win the free kick off Pachowski, so it'll be a free kick for the state team. Minute 20 left. Seems as though they'll run out winners, the state team, 8-4 in what has been an entertaining match. Scoreline doesn't really do it justice. It was a much closer game than what it says. The All-Stars maybe a little bit unlucky. Rush very strong in goals for the state team, making a lot of good saves with his feet and hands as Januario tries to break through there. So Pyle with space on the right flank, finding Januario at the back post, and a good save from Holstead with his legs. Frank Jr. now on the counter-attack. Good challenge by Januario. It would be a side ball for the All-Stars. Just about 30 seconds left in this match now. Frank Jr. back into Baxter with a bit of space. Booth. Intercepted by Pyle. Good ball into Pereira. Pereira just loses out to Wild. He had a bit of time to find Booth at the left. Baxter now. Can they conjure up one more chance? Baxter with a shot. Rush behind that one. Safely into his hands. And that'll just about see us out for the match as the referee blows the full-time whistle. So the Futsal WA state team running out winners against the All-Stars. The scoreline reads 8-4. Please do stay with us because we'll be doing a quick medal presentation. So I've just got Castel Branley here from the Futsal WA state team. How did that go, mate?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Enjoyed it. New faces. I haven't played with them yet, but yeah, it's really fun.
Nice. And you got yourself on the score sheet a couple of times there. It's lovely play from the state team to work it around. How do you feel about the goals as well?
I am pretty chuffed with a few. Yeah, but it was a team effort, and we did really well. Put it in the work, and then we got the outcome.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So that was Castel Branley there from the Futsal WA state team. Very pleased with the result in the end. Thank you for joining us today for the first match. It's the under 13 boys. We have the under 14 boys next in 10 minutes at 11:30.